You are listening to Venus Rose, interactive spiritual Q&A and the power of sound.
Music is like sunshine.
Hello, conscious souls. How are you feeling? Libra season has reached its peak, and I thought it is time to talk about beauty. Venus is the ruler of the zodiac sign Libra, and she is about to enter one of her home signs, depending where you live, on the 13th of the October. For me, it is tomorrow. In the Roman pantheon, she is definitely mostly known for her attributes of being and bringing the focus on beauty. So here we are, in this world, where you can manipulate anything superficial almost instantly in a technical way, and via surgery or other things like Botox in the flesh as well. I asked different people around me, what about beauty? What comes to your mind when beauty is brought up, and what does it mean to you? To be honest, I spoke with women mostly, because we are the ones who were trained by society that we have to conform to certain ideals of beauty. I talked to many different women from diverse generations and ethnic groups. Almost every one of the ladies asked from inside or outside first, and I said it is totally open, they should just share what comes up. For me personally, beauty is a frequency, as I measure almost everything that way. It depends what kind of vibration, or simply said vibe, something gives off. Yes, I agree, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, but for me, it is something way deeper. It is something spiritual, 'cause we are all way more than what meets the eye. I would consider myself someone who likes aesthetic things, but that has more to do with the energy they give me. Some kind of harmony that reaches me, not necessarily my eye, could be the ears or other senses as well. Something that moves me. That's why nature is the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about beauty. Colors so wonderfully displayed, as we are in autumn now on the northern hemisphere on Earth. I have to ask one of my friends from the south side to send me some fresh spring pics. Back to what the ladies said. Preferences for what is on the surface are different, of course, and were more talked about between the Gen Z ladies. When it comes to the inner qualities, there were similar ones that were mentioned throughout the different ages. Kindness and being open are the ones on top of the list that come up when women think about beauty. One woman shared, "It makes someone beautiful when they have values." That was interesting, 'cause to me it means someone who holds themselves to a certain standard can come across more beautiful this way. I truly loved the statement a beautiful woman from the Generation X made, who was dear to my heart. She said, "The inner qualities, of course, stand out, Rose, always. When someone is open, but most of all, when people are happy." Happiness, indeed. You are right, that is true. This vibe is beautiful. I interviewed one of my oldest friends. She does not like it when I phrase it that way. We know each other since we were in our single digits, and met to paint or played together with stuff. She used to be an international fashion model, started when she was in her middle teenagers. I remember back then when she told her stories about who and what she encountered. We talked how the worth of a picture has changed in time and how different it was without social media. There were no digital cameras, and to have a bluish hue on a photo was something fancy. She said, in today's age, the girls have so many photo shootings, more than she had many moons ago as a pro. I always loved it when she brought new pictures for her portfolio back then. I was only the small and thick black friend, but I noticed that she was not happy in this industry. I had my first encounter with the music industry around that time when she was in Milano, UK or Paris. Superficial in their own way, it was more about how the people perceived my voice and my lyrics. What was the same though, in both industries, people seldom asked what we wanted. It was only how we could contribute to their benefits. Our beauty was something they wanted to own. Jenny said, beauty is the aura someone carries. The charisma is what counts for her. One of my mentees said something profound. She said, scars are beautiful because they tell a story of a person. I talked with her about how makeup can underline your beauty or even be an armor, so to speak, when you are out and about. But when you are home and remove it, you let the guard down. Emily mentioned self-care and love too. A so-called beauty routine many women have, however it may look like for each being, is a way to be attentive with oneself and nourishes the body in its beauty. The focus on caring for our own physique is a part of self-love and adds a magical element. When you boil it down, it is about what someone emanates. Honesty was mentioned often. That was interesting for me. So someone who lies makes themselves ugly? Is it about not being reliable? Or the surface things like dyeing the hair, hair extensions, lashes and nails, all those common enhancements we use to feel more beautiful? What about surgery? Everybody said yes in old days, when there was an accident involved. Today, it is normal to correct certain things on your body if you are not happy with it. It is understandable. Humans can get surgery when they are hurting. That includes the psyche as well. So a hip or a nose, for whatever reason, fine with me. The Kardashians are another universe, but everyone has their own responsibility to decide what they are willing to do for the feeling of beauty in their own skin. I'm not the tallest, but I have to stick with walking on high heels, I guess. Natural beauty is still valued amongst the Gen Z ladies as well. To accept that the beauty standards which are shown are not in reach for anybody at all comes with the present zeitgeist, as it seems. As soon as certain level of maturity is reached. Thank goodness. Being raised in times where filter and Photoshop exists is quite difficult in comparison to the baby boomers whose time were different. My friend Sibylle explained to me that when she was young, beauty standards did not play a role. My guess, at least one reason, is that the whole media thing was simply not that much present as it is today. Although icons like Twiggy were popular at that time. I want to add questions from my other mentee, Eileen, here at this point. Thank you for sending these in. How can I help people perceive their inner and outer beauty? Are there good questions I can ask? Or can I create an energetic space? Yes, of course, the energetic space is always the key. The environment that has to be created, in my eyes, in order to be helpful for you, in this case, would be the one of trust. If you want someone to perceive their inner or outer beauty, start to earn their trust. Mirror that as well from your own behavior. Self-confidence, because you know who you are and what your body is capable of. Ask them things that help them realize what they already are. For example, have you noticed how effortless and kind you have managed this particular circumstances? Praise them when you see their inner beauty to help them recognize that it is within them. In your specific case, when you help people strengthening their physical body, remind them how well it functions already. Our bodies are beautiful masterpieces, not only because they function, they are able to heal themselves too. They just need our care and assistance. When you have an environment full of trust, the truth comes out. Beauty that might have not been recognized before shines even more through. The divine part within us is sparked. What I tried to explain in the beginning, for me, beauty creates a feeling that comes up in the presence of whatever it is that radiates so strongly. And that is surely different for many people. Males mostly talk about something similar when you ask them about this topic. Every one of us has beautiful traits. It is upon us to develop the inner ones. Appreciate our physical bodies, and if we like, cherish that part which is outstanding. For some, it's the face. Others have beautiful hands, or feet, or legs. Celebrate that. For all of you who have difficulties with esteem of their body parts, we even have a flower essence to help in this case. She's called Pretty Face and helps when one is over-identified with the physical appearance, feels ugly or rejected because of that. A well-maintained garden can be a blessing for the eye, but a wild one, which has other attributes, can be stunning too, at least for me. Beauty to me is daring in itself. It does not hide, it is there, sometimes loud, at times more subtle. That is the sacred aspect for me. It has something to do with freedom. Although we try to tame and categorize it somehow, it is called beauty standard, and standards are average to some degree. A deeper beauty, for me, has always something unique and shows its divine power. A smell can be mesmerizing. Beauty can be so captivating that it changes something within you. For me, it's the frequency that can help remind you of source energy, even for a fractal of a moment. I want to thank everyone who helped me with this episode. You are all beautiful. Thanks to everyone else for listening. Please send me questions around values, relationships, or money if you like. All those Libra season themes. Leave them in the comments of my YouTube channel named Crystal Seraphim Sounds or my Instagram. For those of you who do not have social media and love to send questions or would like to book a one-on-one session with me to get a coaching about your own spiritual interests, send me an email for further details. You can find everything in the show notes. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, let me know what moves you. Have a beautiful start into the new week. Love to you all. Rose.